What is up, everybody? I honestly just started a video and I realized when I was in for 10 minutes that I didn't switch on the mic. Now it's on. Yee-hoo. So this is Johannes, live and unscripted, raw and authentically me. And I didn't plan to do this video, like really did not. And I just had inspiration. I was listening to a set from Paco Osuna, one of my favorites. If you don't know, I love tech house. I had this inspiration just to come on and do a video. And I wanted to talk about a few things. Number one, I was yesterday out with friends that I didn't see ages, and I know them since 20 years, maybe more, 25, something like that. I don't even know. All right. And there's especially this one guy, or two or three guys of them, and I see them once a year actually. But it's like always we come together, we talk about old stories, we talk about escapades, stuff that we did when we were young, stupid things, and it's always so much fun. And like, I know there's some people, they're so in their hustle, that they would not go on dates like this because they're like, yeah, I have to hustle. Don't be this guy, all right? Because like this kind of experiences, this is what I live for. Like nights like this where you just come together, where you just have fun, where you can be someone a little bit even mean to each other in some kind of way, but in a funny way, you know what I mean? Like you just laugh about each other and it's so much fun. And like I would like never miss it for anything, like never, right? So this is number one, like this whole hustle culture thing. Sometimes you just lose friendships like this because of that, and don't be that guy, right? Because I think this is not worthy. There's so many people that lose their friendships, their relationships, everything for the hustle. Don't be that guy, because then you are a fucking sad millionaire alone, with your money and not gonna be happy. So what's the point on it, right? Yeah, you can buy your friends then, funny, wow. But are these the real friends? That's the question, really, right? So this is the one thing that I wanted to say. Just, you also, if you want to have friends, you also have to invest into it. You know what I mean? Like if somebody is important for you, do something to keep them in your life. I, for example, have one friend that I met over Agency Velocity, this mastermind where I was coaching over 200 agency owners. And his name is Noah. Shout out, bro, if you watch that. Leave a comment. And I said, I want to be in contact with you because I just had this feeling that we have an amazing relationship, right? And I said, let's do it every Tuesday, put it in the schedule, 7 p.m. CET. For him, I think it's 1 p.m. EST. And we always come on and we just chat. And it's amazing. And we exchange each other. We're both entrepreneurs. We're both in the same thing. And I love it, man. This is so important. I would never miss that. And I have other friends like RawPay, if you watch that, shout out as well, where it's maybe just once a month, but still there's always this regular contact. And I invest a lot into my friendships. I invest into the people that I want to have around me, always. And I think it's so important, right? So don't be that guy that is just hustling, and then one day you just alone have maybe a lot of money, but you're sad and unhappy because nobody loves you. Yeah. Right? You lose your relationships. God knows it's not good. So keep that always in mind. Like life is not just there to work, right? That's number one. I'm also not that kind of coach, hustle coach. If you look for something like that, wake up every morning at 4 a.m., be disciplined, and don't know, go somewhere else. That's not me, right? I'm more like the coach about control your mind, control your life. So this is my thing, and enjoy your life, for fuck's sake, right? So yeah, and then I want to talk about another thing that I think is super interesting. And like I talked like this week, I talked to a few people, right? And basically joining my new cohort that's just started now. And a few of them are directly like, yeah, okay, cool, I need this, I 100% understand, bam, 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 bam. All right. Others, they were like, no, I don't know if I need this right now. Maybe I need a new landing page. And the other one said like, maybe I need, no, I don't know if I need this. And I said like, hey, I have just give you a lecture of 2 hours where I told you that you don't need new systems. you need to change your system, right? So obviously, like, did you even listen what I told you? I don't know, brother. And I can tell you right now, okay, that if they don't change their system, in 6 months they're going to be at the same place, stuck again. Because I watched some really cool thing about in this School of Life. All right, the School of Life. You know the guy that is interviewing the millionaires and billionaires. And I always say, like, all these millionaires and billionaires, they have one thing in common. One thing that all have in common. I said this in my last video. Watch my last video, remember it, okay? And it's confidence. All of them are confident as fuck. So that's why I think it's super important. Amor, I make a fucking video. Yeah, anyways, that was my wife. Raw and authentic, unscripted. Let's continue. I don't care. So, where was I? Let me have a sip of water. They have all one thing in common: confidence. All right. And so, if you are not confident in yourself, how do you expect other people to be confident in you? These guys, everybody that is a millionaire, okay? If they're not confident in themselves, because you need to be confident in your product, in your service, it doesn't matter what you do, because at the end, people buy you, okay? People buy you. And if you're not confident in yourself, right? However you expect people to buy you. It's not gonna happen, my friend. It's not gonna happen, right? So like that's why you must, first of all, fix yourself. If you fix yourself, everything else will follow. I watched a cool video as well, also from the School of Life, actually. I watch this guy a lot because I really love these things, because you can always learn from these people. They're all like, I love them because it's the short inputs, again, always from these amazing, successful people. And you can always get something out of it. And that's why I love it. That's why he has so much followers, because I think a lot of people are like me. They're like young entrepreneurs. They're like, hey, I want to learn from these people. All right. And she said, if there would be one thing that I could teach people, right, when he's always asking this question, or if there would be one thing that I could teach to my younger self, that was the question that he asked. And then she said, yes, if there would be one thing, then it would be that I would tell them that we are running 95% on a program. And this is what I also teach always. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches it, like, if you don't believe that, by the way, if you think that's woo-woo, that's science, okay? We are running our brain is 95% subconscious, and it's basically a program that runs there that gets installed between 1 and 7. In this time, our brain functions almost like a tape recorder, but also afterwards until we're 22, 23, and even after still. Everything that happens in your life forms the program. That's why we also say, I don't know if you've ever heard about paradigma. Like basically every human being looks through like goggles this is his paradigma or her paradigma, right? So this is how you see the world, your perception, right? And your perception forms reality. That's why you can never expect from anybody, like for example, there's things like you can read my mind. Nobody can read your mind, my friend. I mean, because everybody has completely different things, because especially like me and my wife is often interesting because she's from Latin America, she's from Peru, I'm from Germany. Like, it's amazing how we understand each other, thanks God, because we are both very understanding. Yeah. But like, obviously it's completely different cultures. She comes from a completely different background. It's just like, sometimes like things are like, what the hell? And I think she has the same with me, because it's just totally different, right? So how we grow up and everything. So, but that's the interesting part. But what I wanted to say, so 95% we're running on a program, okay? So now, if you're stuck in life, for whatever reason, let's say you go up and down, you make some money, you lose it again, you make some money, you lose it again. You know, you never go through the breakthrough, for example. You never make 25K plus, and you don't keep this like regularly. Then you need to reflect and say like, okay, why? And almost nobody does that. This is the interesting part. You know what people do? What do people do? They look for the next shiny object. They look for the next thing. Like there's on LinkedIn now, I think it's fascinating, right? When people are like, I created this new AI tool, comment AI, and then I send it to you. And 56 people are like, yeah, I want that AI, yeah, because they think it's going to change their business. Like for real, you know? But the point is this, and they're like, yeah, okay, maybe I need a new landing page. Maybe I need, I don't know, a new systems. And when they invest into systems, that's interesting as well. They invest into systems, they like a new backup system, 3.5 grand. Is like, yeah, bro, like, of course, because I need this system, right? But then when it's about, hey, invest into your own system, maybe $500 a month, nah. It's ridiculous for me, almost. Like, I honestly, like, for me, because I understand so much how important mindset is. Sometimes I have to laugh about people. I'm like, bro. And again, if you are thinking that you need the next strategy, you need the new tool, you need this, you need that, go for it. Good luck. Okay? But I can promise you, as long as you don't fix this, you're going to go all the time back to the same point, because your business is a direct reflection of you. Fix yourself and your business will follow. It's always like this with my clients. They come in, and I always lead with make more money, because obviously everybody wants more money. We all know that, okay? But the money is just a byproduct. It's a byproduct of you developing yourself. People come in limitless rewired, for example. They do hardly 2-3 grand, and sometimes 5 grand. And then, like, for example, just last week, my client Hugo, he just did 19 grand in a week. Just like this. Why? Because he got confident in himself, and through this, into his services. Do you understand that? He understood he's worthy 11K. He understood that he's worthy 8K for the other one. You understand? He understood his self-worth. When he understood his self-worth, he could communicate his self-worth. And then people bought it. Because, hey, wow, this guy is confident in himself, so I'm going to be confident in him. If you're not confident in you, if you don't think that you can charge 5 grand because you're not worthy, you will never, newsflash, charge 5 grand because you not feel worthy for it. You just don't. So fix this and the rest will follow. If you're not fixing this, everything else is built on quicksand. The newest strategy, the new tactic, the new landing page, fuck it. It does not matter. It literally does not matter. Right? They say, control your mind, control your life. I had a conversation yesterday with my friends about this as well. I said, like, there's 2 options. Or you control your mind, or your mind controls you. And trust me, don't want your mind to control you. It's not funny. I have been there. It's not. Okay? So when you learn to control your mind, you can learn automatically to control your life. It's very simple. So you have to control. You are like, and that's the next thing, because people are always blaming everything around them. They blame their education, they blame their upbringing, they blame the industry that they're in, they blame the niche, they blame the saturation, they blame the livability of the emails, they blame everything. All right? But they don't blame themselves, because they would be painful, right? It would be painful maybe to understand, hey, maybe, just maybe, something is wrong with me. Ever thought that way? Is there a possibility? Maybe. So, before I close this, my advice, if you're stuck in life for months, for years, if you're stuck for years, let's say you're an entrepreneur, you try different things and nothing really worked out, and you tried different business models and nothing really worked out, you're stuck on 5K since 9 months, or you're stuck between 5 and 10K, or always when you go up on 15K, you fall down again because you self-sabotage yourself. Don't think the solution is in another funnel, in another landing page, in another God knows what, okay? The solution is in you. Fix yourself and the rest will follow. That's it. Guys, if you like that shit, subscribe to my channel, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and have a beautiful rest of your day.